G'day and welcome to another GoRV Camping Cuisine. Here I am inside the Thetford showroom, surrounded by all these amazing Thetford products, ranging from cooktops, ovens, hobs, fridges. Let me show you what I'll be cooking on today. Now I've set up on this side of the workstation where I'll be cooking on a Thetford 1520. It's a dual fuel gas and electric 3-burner hot plate and fan forced oven. Today I'll be cooking a vegetarian dish. They're falafels with some sides. Let me run through exactly what you need to prepare this dish. One of the main ingredients are the chickpeas. They start off as dry chickpeas, but I did rehydrate them the night before. I've got some chickpea flour, coriander seed, cumin, baking powder, salt and pepper to season, coriander, parsley, oil, and of course our onion and garlic. So I'm going to begin by chopping up the onion. It's going into a food processor, so there's no need to actually chop it finely. Just some big, large cuts. Get all that onion in there. The garlic can go in whole. I'm just going to cut the ends off. Now here's a little travelling hack. Put these garlic in your freezer. That way you won't have any wastage and you'll always have garlic on hand. Now I'm going to add the hero of the dish, the rehydrated chickpeas. I've got about 2 cups here. I'm going to add a tablespoon of coriander seed, a tablespoon of chickpea flour, and a tablespoon of cumin, a teaspoon of baking powder, a teaspoon of black pepper. I'm going to roughly guess a teaspoon, and time to add a bit of salt, and add a bunch of coriander. Falafels are a Middle Eastern dish and they're known for their strong flavours, and coriander is one of those. And we're going to add about a handful of parsley. And that's it, we've got our ingredients in the processor, now it's time to fire it up. Now I'm just going to take the lid off and scrape the edges back in. It's a great mixture, it's exactly how I wanted it. Sticking to the spoon, it's not falling apart. We've got our falafel mixture ready. I'm going to clean up the bench space and get some oil in the pan. Now I used to work in a kebab shop when I was younger, and my old boss Edmund taught me a little trick on how to handle the falafels. Now that little trick involves one of these, an ice cream scooper. Watch how this works. You compress it right in there, fill it right up. And there we have it, a nice falafel ball. It's a bit of a trip down memory lane, back in the kebab shop or playing with Play-Doh. I'm gonna grab our plate and get our falafels in the hot oil. Get my trusty tea towel. I'm gonna use a slotted spoon. I'm gonna drop it into the hot oil without burning myself. I don't want to overcrowd the pan, so I'm going to add 4 in there at a time. Makes life a lot easier when flipping them over. Now it won't take too long. I can already see it browning up on the outside, roughly about 30 seconds each side. Oil's nice and hot and they're browning quite quickly. So we don't want to overcook them. I'm going to flip them over and have a look at that. Golden brown. When you flip them over, probably another 30 seconds is all that's required. I'm going to get them out of the pan and get our next batch in. They're looking pretty good, and I reckon I've done my mate Ed proud. What I love about falafels is that they're great the next day. Before I get the last batch on, I'm going to fire up our Thetford oven and make some nice warm pita bread. Now that the oven's on, I'll get this last batch on there. This Thetford 1520 really does a trick. I'll turn the heat down on the Thetford cooktop, and I'm going to plate up the last few falafels. They look great. This one's a bit hot. There we go. A mountain of falafels, how about that? So falafels will stay nice and warm. I'm gonna get some pita bread in the oven. The oven's nice and warm. Didn't take very long. Now that should only take about a minute or so. While the pita's in the oven, I'm gonna clean up my mess and get some plates out here and serve up some hummus and some salad. Plate up our salad. Some nice colours in that salad. We'll get our hummus onto the plate. I'll grab one more spoon because we're going to add some tzatziki, a nice dollop of tzatziki sauce. We'll add our falafels. We're going to add 3 servings per plate, maybe an extra 4th one, and a couple of spares for tomorrow. And all we need now is our pita bread. It should be nice and toasty. Another successful GoRV camping cuisine. Look at that, with falafels, bread, we got our hummus and tzatziki. It's a match made in heaven. What a great recipe to have while travelling on the road and camping. G'day Ryan, perfect timing.
What's on the menu?
Mate, look what happens when you leave me alone in the Thetford showroom. I've been busy working and I've knocked up some falafel.
Sounds good to me.
How about you sink your teeth in one of those? There's a spare plate right here for you. You want my taste tester, so I'll let you go first. What do you reckon?
I think you've outdone yourself this time.
Ryan seems pretty happy. So yet again, another successful GoRV camping cuisine. Until next time, safe travels.